Okay. Hi. Um, my name's Harper, and I did the DCP Spring Advantage 2019. Today, I just kind of felt it in my heart to talk about my experience with the Disney College program. So, I just feel like I have a lot to say. I definitely experienced a lot. I was there for 6 months from January, the end of January to August 1st. So, um, you know, half a year, that's kind of a long time. And I had lots of ups and downs, and I just wanted to kind of share my experience. One, to just kind of like tell people and just share for the I don't know, just to share, but also, I don't know, I think I went through some things and I learned a lot of things that I think could help other people. Um, Other people that maybe want to do the college program but have doubts or are currently in the college program and are having doubts and stuff like that. So, I guess I'll kind of start from the beginning. I I think I might have explained some of this in like my couple other videos that I posted on my channel, but this was the third time that I applied to the Disney College program, um, and I really, 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 really wanted to get accepted this time. Pretty much I didn't have any other option in my mind. I had to get accepted because it was all I wanted to do. It was all I felt passionate about at the time. I wasn't feeling motivated in school. Well, I really haven't been feeling motivated in school for a really long time. Um, and I was like, I was halfway through my junior year, halfway through college, basically, just really felt lost. It was the only thing that I could see myself doing for that next semester. I just didn't think that I could like handle another semester just being in school at that point with where I was mentally and emotionally. Um, so yeah, I just really I like had to get accepted. I was so prepared. I did everything that I possibly could to make sure that I was going to get accepted. I applied the very first day applications opened for the Spring and Spring Advantage programs. That was August 20th. I remember the day. It was also my first day of classes that fall. And it's a 3-step process. I moved on to the second step, the web based interview, that same day. Did that, passed it, scheduled my phone interview. Did my phone interview that Friday, I think. And then, like 2 weeks later, I was accepted. I was accepted to be a custodial CP, which I later found out my location was Epcot Future World. Literally my dream location. It was my favorite park at the time. I just wanted to be in Epcot. I thought it would be so amazing. I was really, really excited, really happy because I'd heard such good things about custodial as a role, and especially in Epcot specifically. So I was very excited. It was a dream come true. Um, and then, you know, so I was really happy, but at the same time, I was scared because I mean it's kind of nerve wracking for anyone really. Like even if it is, I mean it was like a dream come true. I've always wanted to work with the company in some capacity. So like the college program was just kind of the perfect fit for me in this time, and so it was a dream come true. But I was also really scared because I had never done anything like this before. I really have only had like one real job, and that was only a summer job. It was a pretty easy job. Um, I also have a lot of trouble branching out socially. I have some really great friends, and I love my friends. I've always had trouble meeting new people. I never joined any clubs in college or anything. I was not involved in school at all, really. Like, I just went to class barely, and I've been scraping by pretty much in school, sadly, but that's just how it is. And so I did it. A lot of it was to challenge myself, and I knew it was going to be very challenging in many ways because I was going to have to work hard no matter what role I got. I was going to have to work hard. I was going to have to put myself out there to meet people. And it was just going to be totally different than I'm used to, like, in life. Like, it was going to be a completely different kind of experience, like, that I've never had before. So, I was really excited, but also very nervous for all those reasons. I had a group of girls that we all wanted to room together. We wanted to be in a 6-person, like, 3-bedroom situation. And then at some point we found out that we wouldn't all be able to, like, link together. So, we ended up, like, splitting up into pairs. So, but I was really excited because, she ended up being my roommate Monica. Love her to death. She was, like, the best person possible that could have been my roommate. Very grateful for her. Shout out to you. Love you so much. So, I ended up being roommates with Monica. We were in a 6-person, 3-bedroom apartment in Vista Way, but so we were pretty happy with that. Overall, my roommate situation was good. Like, I really don't have any complaints at all, especially, like, I mean, just having Monica as the person I shared my room with was just really great. We just clicked. We got along amazing. We never had any arguments. And it just worked really well. So I got really lucky with that. So roommate situation was fine. I had no complaints. It was great. So that was great with Monica. We just really got along from the beginning. We were both really excited to be there, and we wanted to do a lot of the same stuff. So that was great, especially in the beginning. We, like, helped ease each other into it, I think. And then, we hung out with the girls that we had wanted to be roommates with. We hung out with them a little bit at the beginning. And then kind of as time went on, we didn't really see them anymore, except for one of them, who we stayed friends with, really, really good friends with, the whole time she was there. But I had something happen at the beginning. So basically we had move-in was, like, on a Monday, I'm pretty sure. Move-in was on a Monday, and then, like, and I had casting, and everything that day. And then the next day, me and Monica both were custodial. And for custodial, if you're in the parks or in Disney Springs, you have to take a physical test called the POET assessment. And I'm not actually sure even what it stands for, but basically you do repetitive motions with, like, weighted balls and pushing this weighted cart and stuff just to see if you're gonna be able to safely carry out the tasks that you will be required to do in a park's custodial position. So me and Monica both had that at the same time that day, so we went together, and I was nervous about it. I was very nervous about it because honestly, I did not think I was going to pass. I did not have faith in myself. I truly am not strong at all. I'm actually pretty weak physically, so I was really scared that I wasn't going to pass, and that if I wouldn't pass, then what would happen. So anyways, we did the assessment, and I knew, I tried my hardest. I did my best. I really, really gathered up all the strength physically and, like, emotionally, spiritually, everything I could. I gave it my all, and I just knew that I failed. When I walked outside, I just started crying because I just knew that I failed. And I was right. I did fail. The next day, I was in Universal with my friends, and I got a phone call. He told me that I didn't pass the poet assessment. He told me that I could either take a food and beverage position in Epcot because he knew that I had like requested Epcot as my location, or he said that I could stay custodial but go to a resort because you didn't have to pass the assessment to work in a resort. So, having the information that I had, and like I was already excited and all ready to be in custodial, I said I'll do custodial in a resort because I figured that it would be easier physically since you don't have to pass the physical assessment to work at the resorts. That just makes sense that it would be easier physically. So that's what I said, and he said okay. So I got an email with a new training schedule, and it said that I was going to be working at the All-Star Resorts. So basically, I was devastated. I was absolutely devastated. My dream come true ended up being, it wasn't my reality anymore. It was just like a dream that had been killed, and that's how I felt. I was very upset. I cried, I don't know, a lot. Like all day, every day. I don't even know. Like I just was crying. I was very upset. And I was embarrassed, especially. I was very embarrassed because I had told everyone, Epcot, Epcot, I'm so excited. And then like I told Monica. I told my family, but I think I only told like Monica and one other friend. And then like more people started finding out and were asking me about it, and I was just embarrassed. It was awful. Didn't pass because I'm not strong enough, literally. And so yeah, that was absolutely heartbreaking, and I don't know, but I decided to, try. And so I went in, I had my training at All Star. Everyone was really nice that I met. So basically, I started my training at All Star. A lot of it went really well. I liked the people that were training me were really nice. I had no problems until one day training for a specific type of shift that they have in that position at that location. I had some concerns. There was something I noticed early on that sometimes I would have to pick up a 50 plus pound bag of trash, and throw it into a dumpster or whatever. And that was part of the poet assessment that I did not pass. I wasn't physically able to do that. That's why I didn't pass that assessment. But I was basically being told that I was going to have to do that here, even though it wasn't required to pass. I wasn't required to pass the assessment to work there. And I got pretty upset and kind of angry and confused about why that was how it was. And I didn't understand why it was required to pass that test to work in the parks, but not here at this resort. So I talked to one of my managers. He was very helpful, very understanding. He ended up really helping me. I ended up not getting scheduled for that type of shift very often, and when I was able to give it away or trade it away to someone else for the different type of shift that I could do. So overall, with my role, I didn't have a bad time. I didn't love the job because most of it was literally just cleaning restrooms and grabbing trash. And there were a lot of guests around, but I still at that point was very shy and didn't know how to start up conversations with people to have the kind of guest interaction that would make the job super worthwhile. So I didn't hate the job, but I didn't love it. But going to work daily was like pretty fine. It wasn't that I really disliked my job or anything, but I started having a really bad time in general. I started getting really, really lonely because I had a few friends there and I had a few really great friends there. But when you start working and you all have different schedules, it gets really tough. A lot of times I just didn't have anyone to hang out with because of the schedule difference. And at this point, I was still really shy and I didn't really make an effort to like reach out to new people. I was pretty cool with my coworkers. My coworker situation, like there weren't very like my coworkers, there weren't very many of us in my location because of just how the scheduling works. So like they didn't need like 100 cast members at my location for my role. As far as CPs, there were like 11 of us, I think, at the beginning during the spring time. So I was like cool with everyone that I worked with, but I'm really shy at first. I really did not make an effort with my coworkers to like hang out or anything. Um, if I was working with them, then like we'd talk a little bit and it was fine and like I was cool with everyone, but I really hadn't made any friends with my coworkers. There were a few times that we like all hung out as a group and that was fun, but there I didn't realize that some friend groups had been forming within like my coworker group until it was like too late kind of to like I don't know. I just felt like I missed an opportunity to be friends or like be in these groups of friends with these people. And I don't know, I just really started struggling. Even the friends I did have, because of my insecurities and my anxiety, I thought that they didn't want to hang out with me, which wasn't the case. That was just me thinking that, and I fell into a really, really dark place. I did. I pretty much cried every day after work. I would call my mom and cry to her constantly. There were some days that were really good. Like when I was able to hang out with Monica or like the few other friends I had at that point, it was really great because we'd go to the park. I was in Disney World. I love Disney, and we would have a really great time. And on those days, I would feel good. But there were a lot of days that I would try to hang out with my friends and they were busy or like whatever. And I just was so lonely. And I would go to the parks by myself, like trying to have a good time, and it just wasn't fun because I came to find that it's just a place that I want to be with people because I'm used to being with my family there, and I was alone, and that sucked. I did not like going to the parks by myself because there's like a lot to do, but when you're by yourself, it's just, to me, it's not as fun. Nearly. So it started to get really bad. I wanted to self-term and I wanted to go home. I was done. I missed my family. I missed my friends at home, and I didn't think it was gonna get better. But for some reason I didn't self-term. I think I was afraid of like regretting it. But at this point, I am extremely glad that I did not go home. I stuck it out, and it was definitely for the best because really soon after I was at my lowest, I don't know if I made a decision to start trying harder, but I started trying harder. A lot of like the spring people who left in May, they had gone, and a few weeks passed, so there were only like 4 or 5 CPs at my location in my role, and so we started wanting to hang out with each other because like a lot of our friends were gone, so we were like, we need to hang out, like we're cool, like we should try harder to be friends. And so we started hanging out. Things started getting a lot better. I found really great friends in these people. Me and Monica started finding more times to hang out with each other. Um, and honestly, things just really turned around. I started to get closer with some of my managers, some of my leaders, and the coordinators at my location. I started having more fun at work. I started, trying to have more intentional guest interactions. And I don't know, just everything got so much better, and it was hard. It was hard for me because I've always been really shy and like bashful, and like I'm not good at small talk. And so it was really really hard for me to like put myself out there, but it seriously paid off. It really really did. I made some amazing friends, and I don't know. It just really, really turned around. Um, and by the end, I didn't want to leave. I wasn't ready to leave. There were things, there were things at home that I was excited about, but at the same time, I was like, I don't want to leave. Like, it's Disney. Parts of me wish that I had started putting myself out there sooner. I had tried harder sooner. But I really think that everything worked out for the best. I mean, the last month of my program was like one of the best times of my life, and I'm so grateful for everyone that was a part of it. And I want to go back. I want to go back for another program, so I'm getting excited about that. I'm thinking about applying for the Summer Alumni 2020 program because I can go back to Disney for a couple months, but then still go back and finish school as soon as possible. And then from there, who knows? But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm so grateful for my friends that I made. I have a great support system, and yeah, I'm really glad and really happy with how everything turned out. And I think even though I honestly had a horrible time at one point, it was rough, but I found it in myself to turn it around. And it truly was all me. Like, I made an effort. I tried really hard because I just was sick of how it was. I was sick of being lonely. I was sick of being sad in the most magical place on earth. And so I made a point to try to be friends with people and try to hang out, even if, I don't know, even if it's like a little bit awkward. Like, just being with someone is better than being lonely all the time. So I do think that I got better with time. As far as like social interaction, I was never the most awkward person on earth, socially, but I've always struggled with like making conversation and like what things do you ask people, what things do you talk about. I don't know. I never felt interesting enough or whatever. But that's something that I feel like I got better at just from like trying and practicing with people. And I think that's a big thing that I got out of my program is just like having more confidence talking to people. It doesn't always have to be as scary as it seems, or I don't know. I feel like I'm not as scared as I used to be about it in general. So I just wanted to add that real quick. That's it. I'm really excited for what's to come, and I'm really proud of myself for what I accomplished because on my last day of work, I got really emotional because I just didn't think that I was going to make it that far. I thought that I would have quit by like May or June, but I made it all the way to the end and I graduated, and I'm really proud of myself. So, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon. I kind of have some ideas for more videos, but I don't really know. We'll see. But yeah. Okay. See you real soon.